SDG 17.16 focuses on enhancing partnerships for sustainable development. The sustainable development is really complemented by multi-stakeholder partnerships that mobilize and share knowledge, their expertise, technology, and financial resources to support achieving the goals. SDG 17.17 focuses on encouraging and promoting effective public-private, and civil society partnerships, really building on the expertise and resourcing strategies of partnerships, data, monitoring, and accountability.
Networking is really at the crux of urban sustainable development, and the reason for that is everything within our municipal structure is complex and interconnected, and so it's really important for us to be working across silos and operations units. And this allows us to think, more laterally across our city systems.
I'm Tova Davidson. I'm the Executive Director at Sustainable Waterloo Region. We're an environmental not-for-profit that works at the levels of corporate and community level sustainability in the areas of energy, mobility, and green buildings. So Sustainable Waterloo Region was started by 3 students, I believe. The one who stuck around was Mike Morris, and he was a student at Wilfrid Laurier University.
There was a time when we were all pretty frustrated with the lack of political action on climate change. We were following along the various Conference of the Parties, the UN process, and feeling also pretty helpless that there's nothing we could really do to affect change as it relates to that global conversation on climate change.
There's a way that we could take local action because international movements aren't working. So take local action, create a network, support businesses, help organizations move towards a better future through sustainability action. And the personal part of this was really, really important, that we had to build strong foundations between people and be a support organization.
We hosted our first event, it was January 2009, and I think it was 200 plus folks came out, including the mayor, including a number of key folks from the business community. And it was around that time that I think a lot of folks started thinking, there's a lot more folks part of this conversation than we might have expected. By actually engaging businesses in our community, listening to them on what they thought was both ambitious in terms of targets, but also realistic that they could be a part of it. By establishing a culture of sustainability in Waterloo Region, that's actually where the economy is also going, while we know from a science point of view that this is exactly where we need to be going in terms of taking action on the climate crisis too.
So we look at where the greatest impact is, materiality and environmental impact, mobility being a really big one that we know from climate action. 49% of our locally produced carbon footprint comes from transportation. And so we look at how do we get goods and people around. We know that the second largest is the business sector, and so that's why we look at how do we help organizations change their own footprint. And then we have partnerships too with organizations like Reep Green Solutions to look at the whole community.
Reep started in 1999 as a really neat partnership between the Faculty of Environment at the University of Waterloo and a nonprofit called the Elora Environment Center. And together they brought their skills to create a program to offer home energy evaluations for residents of Waterloo Region at a low cost. And the goal was practical action in the community matched with academic research about behavior change. When I think about the way we've worked together, Sustainable Waterloo Region and our organization, Reep Green Solutions, I really see how each year that partnership has gotten stronger and stronger. And that together we bring something to the table for the municipalities in running the climate action plan that makes it stronger. No one entity at the table could have done this on their own. Sustainable Waterloo Region was really connecting with businesses. Reep was really connecting with people in their homes. And the region is a level of government that can go so far, but has limitations also. And when we all got together around the table, I think we really helped to bring the capacity that jointly we could do something bigger than any one of us could do alone.
In about 2015, a group from Waterloo Region decided they needed a plan for our energy transition in Waterloo Region. The result was the Community Energy Investment Strategy. It's a partnership between the City of Waterloo and the other local cities, Kitchener and Cambridge, plus the region of Waterloo and our 5 local energy companies, Waterloo North Hydro, Kitchener-Wilmot Hydro, Energy Plus, Kitchener Utilities, and Enbridge. The partners are the reason why we're able to do work on so many projects at the same time. Maybe the easiest example would be of Evolve One. This is a national leading building in terms of energy generation and energy efficiency. It's net positive, I think the first of its kind in Canada. And this was the result of Sustainable Waterloo Region, the core group, and I think Stantec working together closely for a long period of time to create this beautiful, wonderful building.
Evolve One is designated and certified by the Canadian Green Building Council as Canada's very first net positive multi-tenant office building. It generates between 108 and 112% of the energy that it needs to operate, has done it for 2 years now, and it was done entirely within the developer's approved budget. So there is no funding to this building, there are no operating costs because there's no energy costs because it's net positive energy. And it's not just a very green building, but also a place where the sustainability movement could come together and have a home, a touch place where they could move things forward together faster.
But we have since learned from SWR, the core group in Evolve One building. We've worked with our hydrogeologists, we've worked with the driller of that particular site, and we're putting together an energy map to explore the many sites and areas where this technology can be used in Waterloo Region.
So from our point of view at Sustainable Waterloo Region, our hope was to provide the space for the conversation, which usually meant ensuring that there was really good food and that folks were feeling safe to be in the room together and that there was value for them to be in the room together.
In any sort of complex space, you're at risk of duplicating each other's work. When we align mission, we're able to bolster each other's work, and that's one way of stepping out of duplication and into partnership, which again goes back to the Sustainable Development Goal framework where SDG-17 is focused on partnership for the goals.